We call them dowels. They're just PVC pipes. Schedule 40, if you know what that is. It's just for plumbing. But they're great for warming up. So you can do your snatch overhead squats with this. You can do behind the heads. We do a lot of like rotation stuff to force people to turn their torso rather than just turning their arms. So we use this for a lot of stuff. Balance too. You'll learn a lot of this later, but when we see clients that have a really hard time balancing with a split squat or reverse lunge, they're just ski poles for balance, and they help quite a bit. Hello. Hello. This will come out very rarely. Does anyone know what this is? It's a Zercher pad. Anyone done a Zercher squat? Imagine there's a barbell inside of this. Yeah, and that's where you squat from. Doing it with just the bar is horrifying after about 95 pounds for most people. And you can run these up to like very, very heavy weights. It just will bruise the ever-living shit out of your arms if you just put a bar. The last time I did it without this, my forearm was bruised for like 2 weeks. It's not fun. Yeah, it just shifts the load even farther forward and closer to your hips. So if someone's lower back's bugging them, or you want to just absolutely fry their upper back, because now the weight, instead of being up here and lifting, you're here, so it's rounding you down, so you have to pull against it. You should try it. They're really fun, actually. I love them. Hip thrust pads are in the middle. Please go there. Hip thrust pads are in the middle. We've got the traditional ones. These are hip thrust pads. These are not squatting pads. Okay? Great. If this is bugging someone for squatting, and this, again, we will go over later, it is typically a setup issue. When someone's back or neck bothers them, they're not on their traps. They're on the top of their spine, and they're pressing down onto bone, and it feels terrible. Kettlebells, we have them all labeled. These almost never get jumbled up because it's always just like doubles. They put them right back, and there's one station. The dumbbells, chaos, pure chaos. Every day, every session, we have to reorganize them. So when you are here, we'll kind of go over how they get organized, but if you see like 7 20s in a row, and there's only 2 spots for 20s, we just need to switch them back and forth. Our family lives here, our 3 monkeys. That's it, they're just monkeys. It's 53, 35, and 18 pounds, I believe, but they kind of just live there. No one really uses them, even though it makes me sad. 3 kinds of bands, mini bands. Does everyone know what these are for? Wrist stuff, hip stuff, knee stuff. Little like, I would really just classify them as like warm-up movements. There's not many things where you can load significantly enough with them, but they're really good for certain people in certain situations, okay? These are called tube bands. They are literally a tube. They're a hollow tube, okay? You need to know why I'm saying the first part or the names as they are stated, because once you look at our app, if you guys haven't yet, have you guys looked at the app? Okay, you'll get the app soon. Everything is labeled very specifically. So do you guys know what syntax is? You take a programming class? Yeah? Syntax is the order in which you label something in like a database or programming. So in our database of exercises, we have a very specific labeling order. So this is a mini band. This is a tube band, mini band, band, kettlebell, dumbbell, and then we can add a bunch of stuff to it, which we will show you guys because you'll have to kind of know how the database works. But tube band, mini band, band, battle ropes, jump ropes. These are our yoga mats. I normally recommend clients grab them because people are always like, no, I don't want one, it's fine. And then like 30 seconds into a ground-based exercise, they're like, oh, God, this is so uncomfortable. Yeah. So when especially someone newer, I'm always like, hey, just go grab a pad before you even start. In their assessment, I normally tell them like, hey, just go over, grab a pad. You're probably gonna be on the floor, your knees will be down. It's not comfortable after about 10 seconds of doing that, especially with a weight, okay? Parallel bars, you'll see these occasionally. The calisthenics people maybe know what these are. Yeah, anyone else? They're really exactly for what you think they would be for. You can do L-sits on them, push-ups, dips, planche push-ups if you're a freak of nature and hate yourself or your wrists. Yeah, they're here when you guys need them. We've got 12-inch boxes, 18-inch boxes. These are our Olympic pads. They do not get brought out very often, but they are for when you want to throw a bar from your shoulder and or overhead height onto the ground, so it doesn't sound like the world is breaking, because our floors are sort of hollow. So if you dump 185 from your head and it hits the floor and there's other humans in here working out and it's relatively calm, it's like, it'll jar some people. So we only have one guy who will be returning soon who really does Olympic lifts regularly. If you guys come here in the afternoon, you'll see him. But if you ever see someone dumping bars or it's really loud, recommend those. Our televisions, probably don't need to ever touch those. Dumbbells, there are labels. If you guys come closer, you don't have to be so skittish. There are labels inside the dumbbells, okay? They go where they go, organized, all right? Sometimes these two will go that way, and the 8s will come over here, and then the 15s go down there, and then the 20 goes up here, and then this goes here. Just fix it, please. And I don't even know how to explain how these are the best way to think about this, but they have labels, except for the 15 here does not, because we have so many of them, but they end where the 20 starts. And then you'll see on the other side when you look, it makes sense once they're organized the first time. You look and you're like, okay, I get this. And then they get disorganized and you're like, I have no idea what's going on here. Air filter, wipies. These are for the mats. Some people use them on the dumbbells and the benches. Everyone uses on the benches, please. So if people are using equipment, just have them wipe stuff down, because everyone's butts are gross, and no one wants to share that with other people, okay? Benches, which we'll go over there, are 4-lat pull-down machines. You will be asked this about 10,000 times per session. This is half the weight. It's the smaller weight on this side. There's 2 weights, okay? Right weight's heavy, left weight's light. Light, heavy. So there's a pulley on the bottom and a pulley on the top. If you guys have taken your physics class yet, it's because it's a double pulley and a single pulley. So it cuts the weight in half, okay? And that's it. And this is for like single arm cable rows, tricep pushdowns, etc. It makes this travel distance longer, where if you do tricep pushdowns on this, you'll lock it out at the top. So if you see someone setting up here to do like straight arm lat pull downs or triceps, just switch them to this. Even cable curls, I'll normally just throw that down. We will go over taking off the benches because they are unique. They're very heavy. Sometimes we take them off so clients can put this all the way down. If the other one that doesn't have a seat is already taken and they need to use it, sometimes it can get a little chaotic here. The main rule that you guys need to know about our cables is if there is nothing attached to the cable, no one's using it. All of our clients have been taught on this very well. And if they forget, I'll yell in the gym, is anyone using this? Everyone's pretty good about it. But if there's nothing attached, no one's using it. If it is attached and you're helping someone set something up, don't steal something, because people get very testy when you take their stuff, which is why there's a rule now, because I was playing defense against like 6 people per session at a time with each other. Not me, everyone else, okay? So if you see it, just be like, oh, hey, I think someone's using this. If you're not comfortable yelling in the gym and asking, come grab a coach, and I'll normally be like, hey, who's using this? And if no one's using it, blah, 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 great, I'll switch them. But that is the one thing you have to pay attention to, because you will be uncomfortable when someone comes up and goes, I'm using that. And you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, the seats. So, does everyone see this big screw right here? Yeah? If this is the metal, it just tightens down so it clamps on a little bit. It's not like it's screwing into something. It's literally pressing a plastic pad against it. It just unscrews until you feel like it's loose. You see this black pin? You'll grab this silver handle and gently pull up to get the tension off. That comes out, and this slides out. They are way heavier than you think they are. They're made out of like 1/2-inch thick steel, non-tubed, just as heavy as they physically could make them, they made them. So just know that's how that works. It just slides back on. If you take it off, just put it down. Please remember to put it back on when they're done. If a client's not strong enough to do it, just say, hey, come grab me when you need me to. Oh. James, are you using this one? Oh, okay. I won't take it off. Handles go here. These go here. Those go there. Just keep this organized. I'm sure you guys have been in commercial gyms. It turns into pure chaos, and it's just piles of stuff. No piles. Things go away. You will be asked if you're here. Someone will be like, could you grab the 100 for me to do hip thrusts? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course I will. They're heavy. They are 100 pounds. But these where the big ones are. Our traditional lat pull down bars, straight bars for curls, tricep push down, straight arm lat pull down, stuff like that. We have some heel elevators in this. We've got a bunch more stacked around. So this is just to lift your heel up, help with squats, sometimes with RDLs. We also have fat grips. Has anyone ever used these before? They go on dumbbells. They just clip onto the dumbbell, and then it's a grip that's 2 inches, so it works your forearms aggressively. It's rough. It hurts. They're awesome. Tiger tail. Has anyone ever used one of these before? Done PT with someone? Yeah, you take this and just absolutely cram it onto a muscle. Yeah. So some people use this if they ever ask you for a tiger tail. That's the name. And then we have lacrosse balls for similar terrible pains in people's backs, butts, shoulders, stuff like that. Yeah, you just drive it into a wall on the ground. Ground's the most aggressive probably. So if you're like, hey, I know your shoulder's cramping up in the back, grab this. Warn them that if they're on the ground and they roll their entire body weight onto that size, it is aggressive. So start on the wall, push into it, work from there. These kind of use case thing. We get these, people will do this, some of our PT-like exercises, glute bridges with an adductor squeeze. So we'll have people put these here and just create pressure while they squeeze their glutes, just to get their hip complex a little bit more active. The adductor will pull the femur in, the glute does what the glute does, and then, we should get some active pressure here. We used to use the kneeling pads up by the ab wheel, which I forgot to show you. See those up there? That's also for kneeling. They're very thick, very comfortable. Mini parallel bars, normally for people with wrists that cannot flex very far, so they can do their push-ups like this, or any ground-based exercise kind of helps with that. Primarily, we use this for people whose wrists are about stuck there and they can't flex. Very helpful. Cones are cones. Cones are cones. We have those ropes. They don't come out very often anymore, but those attached to those sleds, if anyone's ever done CrossFit, it's like a hand over hand pull. You literally just put weight on it and pull it towards you over and over and over and over and over, and that's it. The two belts on the right side, the canvas ones, you will use those all the time. You'll help people set them up. They are for walking backwards, pulling a sled. Okay, so the belt goes around their waist, attaches to the sled, they walk backwards. That's it. There's clips, carabiners, so you just clip things together and they go on. Please leave all the clips that are attached up here on any of the machines, leave them on. Don't take those off. If there's clips on those, leave them on, don't take them off. We have a stash of them over there somewhere that if you need an extra one. I'm trying to be as thorough as humanly possible. These weights, please put on both sides. I know they seem like not too heavy, and they are not. But if you put 2 of these here, this now turns into a lever and offsets it by like a degree, and then knocks when it goes up and down. So you just want the weight to be even, so it just slides on both sides, and now this will slide evenly. They are very smooth until you do that, and then they are not very smooth. And smooth cable machines are the best cable machines. Our plates are here. This is primarily for the sleds. We do have some small ones. Sometimes our busier sessions, we have to pull these over to there because we've got 15 people in, all using plates, barbells, that kind of stuff. Our rowers, has everyone or anyone, well, actually, you're all just going to do it. These stay down, so we'll go over here and do the one on the wall. Just dodging you. Very rarely does this happen because our rowers are permanently down now, but we are going to take this down. All of you are going to take it down. They're not as heavy as you think they are. They're actually quite light. And because the lever is all the way back here and the weight's back there, this is a very light point to move it from. So all you do is put one foot here, grab this, step to the side, and then just try to keep two hands on, and it goes down, okay? And then this has to get folded every time, just because it gets close to the wall and it will hit the wall and break this and or put a hole in the wall, which I will be very sad about. So it just folds back down, comes back up, and then there's no difference. You just grab away from the head of it. You'll feel the wheels catch the floor. There's no wheels. There is wheels, okay? You're gonna slide it back. If I do that right now, it hits the wall. You gotta slide it back, and then. Is that everybody? Yes. Wonderful. You guys all passed. That's it. Internship's over. You guys did all great. Okay. Yep. Next one is that monster right there. So the benches are way heavier. Again, just like those seats, way heavier than they need to be. Rogue likes to make things out of steel. Apparently Rep does too. Yeah. So it's the same concept. Hands go here. Foot pressure's there because that's where it's going to tilt from. And then all you do is grab it and lift, okay? So everyone's going to do this right now. But similarly, in terms of like a safety conversation with some of our clients, we do have some people in here that lifting a bench is a potential tripping hazard for them. So if you see someone that you can tell is, you trust your instincts, look deconditioned, and a coach doesn't see it, just ask if they want help with the bench by putting your hand on it and be like, hey, do you want help with this? And then just do it. That's how you ask, by telling.
Can you clarify the word deconditioned? We'll use that a lot.
Yes, does anyone know what that means? Deconditioned? Best guess is? I mean, yeah. Huh? No.
Like inexperienced?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best, yeah. We have people, who are 70 who have never been in a gym in their life, and their daily exercise is close to zero, steps under 2,000 a day. So we are normally working on body weight squats, so grabbing a 90-pound, 80-pound bench, a little bit out of their repertoire of capabilities at the moment. So yeah, deconditioned would just mean someone whose muscles are quite literally not conditioned, or nervous system for the tasks like lifting something very heavy. It would be a near maximal lift for them to put the bench down. And that is something you will see quite often. Yeah.
My only add-on is if none of you quite knew what the word deconditioned meant, what are the chances that the majority of our clientele knows, right? And so if we say, oh, well, Jonathan's weak, can you go help him out? The client that's nearby is going to hear Jonathan is weak. It's a little insulting. Yeah. If I say, he's a little deconditioned, no one knows what that means, really. And so it's a very positive, friendly way of saying, it's like we say, oh, we're just going to regress this exercise. We're going to say, we're going to go to a lighter, weaker exercise. Right? We're going to say, oh, you're injured? Oh, she's got some issues. So we try and find safer ways. So when you hear deconditioned, that's our terminology that's much more positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good way to explain that. Yeah. Okay, we did the benches. The only two things I will show you quickly, and you guys can just kind of watch. We have two different styles of benches. This bench has big teeth. Okay, that's how it clicks up and down. And this handle you lift, and you can adjust where this goes. Okay, so this lifts, you pull. I'll do it from the outside. This is normally how we do it. You go like this, place it down. This one does have 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and up. It also has 15, and it is a little bit tricky and different than this one, which is very easy. This lifts all the way up like this, and then places down on top, so it gets a short incline. So this is about 15 degrees. So we do a lot of stuff, like you can row from this position, do presses from this position. So again, all this is pulls all the way up, and then places down, and then you just lift and slide it back in, okay? These also lift up. So when you're doing an incline, or like a seated incline press or a seated press, that being flipped back helps it feel like you're not sliding off the bench when you're trying to brace yourself. So it's very helpful. This one, same thing, has 2 clicks, so it gets even higher. Slides back down. And then this does not have to do that weird all the way up fold thing. It just has a 15-degree click, okay? And then it goes all the way up. And this has clicks on it. Yeah. That's it for the benches. This is a landmine post. We have 3 landmine posts, which we'll show you over there. But if that ever gets busy, this just comes off. Barbell slides in there, and then you can do all your landmine work from over here. We used to have a bunch of these, but now we only have 1 and really only need 1. All right, dumbbells, more plates, module boxes. Calf raises can be done from here. For the same deconditioned folks, sometimes this is where we start with step-ups. So these are 2 inches apiece, and we will do a 4-inch step-up. Quite literally, that is where they're working on, and then we go to 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, and then we move over to 12-inch. So it's a really easy way to regress or progress someone who is working on doing step-ups. Step-ups in real life, meaning like, hey, I'm 80 and going on vacation soon, and I can't get on the bus. I physically can't get on the bus. So we need to work on that. That's how you do it. She can do 4 inches, great. We do 4 inches with weight, 6 inches, 6 inches with weight. 8 inches, I think, is like the ADA maximum. I think. No, ADA is the American Disability Association. So some places, if someone's trying to get on a bus, you can find out how big steps have to be in the United States maximum. But, okay. These are adder plates, 1 pound, 1.5 pound. So if someone doesn't want to go from 15 to 20, they can go to 16 pounds, 17.5 pounds. Yeah, they just slide on the dumbbells, and then they can press from there. So if you're trying to work with someone to, like, hey, I think we need to go up, and they're feeling a little bit squirrely, maybe not confident that they can go up to the next total dumbbell, these are great. Builds confidence, which is really all we're trying to do. These are our heel lifters for squatting, toe elevated RDLs if we're ever doing those. Mainly we use them for squatting, lunging, that kind of stuff. Again, they are heavier than they look. They are Rogue, so they are not lightweight material. So if someone's lugging them around, offer to help them. I normally will, if I'm helping someone and I see that they're cleaning up their stuff as well, I will just help them clean up. I'm never cleaning up for someone. I'm cleaning up with someone, okay? Because then they will take advantage of that and make you clean their stuff all the time. And that's a hard no-go. This is our tricep dip machine, chest dip machine. It just hooks onto here. I'll just show you guys, actually. It probably comes out like once or twice a day. Not super often. I'll just do it on this side so you guys can see. Hold it. Use your body to press against it. That slides through. Okay? And then when you take this pin out, it's the same idea as the seat over there. If there's weight on this, that's not coming out because it's stopping it from moving. So either let go or lift up on it and then pull out the pin. And then this just goes. Don't put this side into the wall, please. I'm begging you. I have to do all the repairs here, so don't do that to me. Okay. Has anyone seen this? This is life-changing. This changed my life.
Oh, for Bulgarians?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is incredible. Have you guys done Bulgarian split squats? Okay. Normally like a foot on a bench or something. This is wonderful. Oh my God, it's incredible. It does sound like it's farting, so just be warned with that. I'm going to show you guys the trick for this and how to measure it. It has to be below your patella. It cannot be above this position because then this height is longer than my leg, so I can never get to full range of motion. So it has to be at least the size of my shin bones so that I can get all the way down. So I normally measure it right about there, like the attachment of my patella tendons. That just slides in, and then it just slides with your foot, so you don't have to do this weird business where you're just here and trying, or flattening your foot and feeling terrible. Okay. So if you see someone doing Bulgarians, you can do that. If they don't like that for some reason, just take this like that, and you can do it from here. So it's similar. Some people don't like that, which I don't understand, but people be people, and then to take it off, they always go in line with the thin side. Okay, you will mess that up a few times where you try to put it this way. Doesn't go that way. It always goes in line with the thin side. Okay, all right, and then they just go right here. They slide through, and then just hang out. The little weight tree. Okay, they are rehab weights. If you refer to them as anything else, people will be like, "Oh, I don't want to use those. Those are stupid. I'm stronger than that." Okay? Sometimes these are very helpful for some exercises, like if you're laying on your face and trying to do Y raises, you're not doing it with fives. I promise you that. I'm not wanting to do it with fives. So, or if someone's, they want to do lateral raises, 5 pounds hurts, 2 pounds is great. I'd rather do the movement with a load that's manageable. Okay? So refer to them as rehab weights, please. Not little weights. Grab the pink weight over there. Grab that little cute guy over there. Rehab weights. It makes people feel so much different about what that weight is for. Our safety bars. Has anyone used a safety bar before? Yes? Okay. I'll put them out in a second. Okay, perfect. We're going to do our safety hooks. J-hooks. Are you familiar with J-hooks? Similarly, like you mentioned about people not moving benches often, I forgot that that's normal. Most gyms just have these up, and you just move them up or down a little bit. Similarly, these always slide into the thin side first, okay? They are labeled right and left, all right? So,
It's always the hard part when they don't have a label.
Yep. The hook, if it's right, will turn 90 degrees to the right and slide in, and then drop down, turns 90, slides out, okay? When you're measuring someone for a squat, I'll just show you guys how to do it. That should touch the crown of your shoulder. The crown, can I touch your shoulder? The crown of your shoulder is right there. There's like a bony spot. Can I touch your shoulder? There's like a bony spot on your shoulder right there, okay? If you can walk up to this and touch that spot, you don't need to do anything else except hang it and touch that spot again. So and you can just look at someone and kind of guess where that's going to be. If you're the same height as them, it's much easier. But like for him, is 1 above where I am because that's probably 2 above where I am because he's cooler than me and taller than me. So, but yeah, you're just looking at someone and kind of taking a guess about where their shoulder is, and then use these side holes as your kind of like measure, like, oh crap, I don't know which one I put it on. You're either 1 above or 1 below the hole almost every time, or you're in the middle. Does that make sense? Okay. So you're aiming for the crown of their shoulder for squats. Front squats, push presses, maybe 1 lower, but they're normally about the same. This big behemoth, we don't really take out. No one ever uses it. This is my personal child. This is a Kabuki transformer bar. It is a safety bar. It is 60 pounds instead of 45. And this pin slides up and down. See where it says hard? Okay, and easy. So I'll take the lever and move it farther away. And then this slides the weight to different angles. So this can be a front squat right there, or a good morning right there. So it literally takes the weight and shifts it backwards or shifts it forward. Almost no one uses this except myself. This is my child.
It's yours.
It's pretty much, yes. Our trap bars, as well as another little sanitization stable. Our trap bars are here. We have 4 45-pounders, okay? 45 pounds, 75 pounds, okay? As you can tell, this one is much bigger than the other ones, except this. Don't worry about this. This is thin metal. This is not Rogue. This, 75 pounds, these 45 pounds. Remember that because similarly, people will ask you this every single time they go to the trap bar. Which one is this? Big one. The only big 75 pounder is the steel one. That's it, okay? 45, 75. Memorize this order. If this starts to get, actually this one shouldn't be here, but I'll deal with that later. If all of these get taken out and you notice this on a corner, please take it out. It will tilt the whole thing and fall. It's too heavy for it, okay? More plates, extras of this. We'll go over the clips in just a second. Our landmine station. I'm going to make you guys put the landmine in with a 45-pound bar. We'll grab 3 of them. Those are for the landmines.
Oh, they're like bounced up there?
Yep. Okay, so the landmines will just slide in to these fun little dowels here. And this articulates a whole bunch, so they can do presses, rows, squats, RDLs, single leg RDLs, a whole bunch of stuff. The easiest way I have found to do this is from here. This is how you'll show clients how to do it. Okay, they grab one hand on this collar, one hand here, and you just slide it in.
Do those automatically lock?
Oh, no, but you don't need, there's no locker and there's no need for a clip on the end because as soon as you bring this up, it's always on a downward angle and you're always applying force into this. So it's, I've never had a situation where someone goes that way. The other way you can do it is here and slide it in, okay? These are to rest on. This has to be perpendicular, please. Okay, if you watch someone do this, it has to be perpendicular. If it goes like this, this will roll off. If there's any weight on this, it will slide straight off this and fall. Safety hazard. The Titan has to be facing you. If this doesn't face you, the lever's on the wrong side, again, will fall. And it's scary and loud and can hurt someone. So everyone grab one of the landmines, slide it in, do what you gotta do. Did the replacements come?
Not yet.
Okay.
But it's a chip.
Okay, perfect. When you're trying to get it out and or in, if in, you want to be midway on it. When you're trying to get it out, if you want to lift and slide, that's fine. It's also the same way, just grab close to the insertion and just pull. And just pull it straight out. And then, yeah, when people are done, help them put it away. Good. You've used these? Yeah, okay. All right. Is everyone gone? Wonderful. Can you put the barbells away, please? Yeah. Oh, for the landmines? Jake, can you just set that one up, please? Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing. Lift it up for me. I got it. Okay, Joseph reminded me we have a bunch of attachments. So, this is a Viking handle attachment. It's a strongman name. That's where it comes from. Viking Press is one of their competition, so that's its name. We do pressing with this. We squat with this. You can do RDLs with this. You can do lunges with this. There's a bunch of different all the handles you can use. So you can do hands here, here, here. You can offset your hands like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. So there's a million different ways you can grab it. Typically, you'll see overhead presses like this. So it is a nice way to introduce overhead pressing to someone who can't or doesn't have the mobility currently to clear overhead. You can literally get them into this position and then have them lean into it and start to work on their overhead mobility. You can also do squats with it, so you can just lean into this and squat from here. You can squat at a whole bunch of different angles. You can do RDLs with this there. So there's a lot of different exercises that we can do with the Viking handle. You can do lunges. It's a nice way, similarly, to get like kind of a front rack squat position without having to have the mobility to have the bar up on your fingers or in your wrists. Yeah. Practice, lots of practice, agony and practice, agony and practice. So that's the Viking handle. They just go back here. Rowing handle, T-bar handles, wide handles. These are for rows. If any of you have smaller hands, you will understand that grabbing this and holding it and doing something like an RDL might be terrible on the grip, okay? This slides on and cuts the grip in half. So if you notice someone, you literally can see their hands are smaller, just grab them this and attach it, and they can just hold on to this instead. It's much easier to grab onto. They just live up here. We also do presses with it, 2-arm presses in the center, a single arm handle, slides on, and now it's pretty much like a kettlebell. And you can do like a kickstand row from this position, a bunch of different rows. You can do RDLs from back here, so the weight goes in a different direction. T-bars, similarly. Here, and then you can do your T-bar rows from here. We also have the Y handle, which is the same thing. Okay. I think that's it for those. Easy bars. Is everyone familiar with what this is? Curl bar, tricep bar. Okay. Yes, they're 20. I think they're technically 17, but 20. Just say 20. I just lie and say 20. Because 17 people will get upset about. Don't ask. Yeah. We'll go over this. This one almost never comes out. Does anyone know what this is? It is a T-bar or a T-bell squat. It's kind of like a makeshift kettlebell. So you can set up like two 12-inch boxes or the riser pads. Feet go wide. And then you do squats. So it keeps the weight really low under you. Oh, this pin comes out, and this is this just about this size. So you just put plates over here. So any of those, normally we do the 25-pound plates because the 45-pound plate, yeah, you'd have to. It's like you can do it with a sumo, but that's about it. Okay, that is everyone's favorite thing.
All four and make all of them.
Okay.
Probably single leg.
Amelia, would you like to demonstrate for everyone what this is?
Sure.
A single leg pike? For the calisthenics gentleman over there?
Yeah.
Amelia's going to demonstrate for you what this you should do the hamstring curls.
So your heels just go and then you lift your hips up and then roll it out and back in.
Glutes stay really tight so you're not arching through your back. It's just tight glutes, and it should feel like your heels are scooping ice cream out of the floor. So the pressure is not back and forth, it is down and through. So everyone go ahead and,
Easier version of the yoga ball.
yeah, I don't know, easier is a questionable. It's more stable, yes, it's more stable than that ball. And watch your fingers, please. And now everyone try one leg. And then glutes stay high as you push out. And it should feel like your heel digs into the floor as you push away.
Abby, why is your face getting so red? Made for average people, it is.
You're up, brother.
Do it.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, but we can do, there's like ab stuff too, body saws,
Yeah.
pikes.
There's a tiny, small scissors. It's just another tool that is very useful when you don't have like a hamstring curl machine, right?
How would you, where would I put it up just in one leg?
Usually it's just up in a knee bend to the hip. And then when you pull and see if you can lift your hips higher.
Yeah. Go hit.
It should feel like you're trying to punch. It's like you're trying to punch your leg this way. That's the feeling, that your leg is pushing down and through. It's just not going to make it. And it just slides on the other ones.
With the barbell, same thing as your diet on dumbbell. Watch to make sure that they're completely on both of those hooks.
They-
How many times somebody like has it resting sideways and it's just barely on one side, and that could fall.
Yeah. The smartest way if you're going to grab a barbell from someone, go hip height first, like this, and just put your hip on it. Okay? Can everyone see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm literally just placing it on my hip and then putting it in. Okay? Huh? Yes. So, no, I did not. But I've hit my head on this 1,000 times, which is also why I'm leaning like this. So when you go up to this, don't go head first into that.
I think I'm good.
Clear.
We got a lot of kids that are like 5'2" to 5'4".
Yeah.
So we base the height off of this, off of people being able to reach and put stuff up.
Yeah.
But it means for taller people. But I'm short, so I didn't care.
Yeah, true. So this is normally the one I will hit my head on something. So I will grab them like this and then just put them up with my head
The wall's
away.
reinforced. Ethan built it.
Yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. Slam balls. There's slam balls. There's different weights. When I put them back, I try to throw the weight in a direction that you can see what's there, but they're almost never like that. So if you see it, just try to spin it so you can see the weight. These are safety bars. This is for your max squats, your max bench presses, pin squats, pin presses. This is just a giant J hook. That's all it is, okay? So it just goes into the rig, slides down. I am not super worried about whether or not the pin can go in. These only every other can the pin go in. So try to get it into one. If you are working with someone's max and you know exactly where to put them and there's no pin, it's probably not going to go anywhere because it's hooked in here and they both come in, so it's not going to push it out and off. But get the pin in, and you can put thousands of pounds on this. So, but this is for when someone's squatting and we don't have enough spotters. Drop it on the pins. Bench press, same thing. And then there's a bunch of exercises we have called pin presses or pin squats, where you go to a specified depth. So you're trying to work on someone's squat in their finish at the very bottom, a bench press here, 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 here. You can set the pins and just have them lock out from that position. All right. Okay. Does anyone have a cell phone on them?
Nope. Still over there.
So the app will be on people's phones. It's oh, sorry, I didn't even see your phone. My bad. The app will be on people's phones. It just goes like this, okay? So if you have someone come in and you see them carrying their phone, some of our members don't care and just throw it on the floor. That's fine. Most people like to have their phone on our nice little magnet holder so they can track all their stuff and not have to walk around with it in their pocket all the time.
Slide it.
Yes, slide it off this. If you have your hand like that and you go to put it on and it clicks down, you will get a blood blister on your hand and it does not feel very good. Yeah, it is ow. If you put these away or over here for a second, just try to close them because people will clip them with things and break them. We have a box of replacements in the back, but people will hit them. Like they'll grab a bar, they'll grab this, they'll move away, they'll grab their phone, and they just smack them off without paying attention, which happens, but we try not to have that happen. Okay, Abby already has the straps, so she's going to show you what they do. They are TRX straps or suspension straps. You can do rows with them. We use them a lot for people who, again, deconditioned or need to work on split squats, lunges. You can do push-ups with them, pull-ups with them. They are very good for support, so you can use the handles, but a lot of times I just have people grab on when they're doing reverse lunges, and I will cue them to use as much of their upper body as humanly possible. This is incredibly stable, way more stable than this. So if you're trying to add stability for someone, tell them to death grip, and we can just work them into a pattern that we want that looks good, okay? They're adjustable. These ones, it is these black clips right here. You pull on them, okay? It releases to make them shorter. Grab the yellow or the top black. Grab this black movable part, okay, of the clip, and just start to slide this up, okay? That's all.
What's this? Hip extension?
Yeah, it is a hip extension, 45-degree hip extension. It's also a sissy squat machine. So it lays down, the pin comes out. We'll go over a sissy squat first. So does everyone see the tunnel back here? Yeah? The tunnel, it has to go through this. So it's not going like that, okay? It would go through the tunnel all the way. People mess that up all the time. So we'll do a sissy squat. Normally this goes all the way down for most people. And then I'll loosen this a little bit so their toes can get in. And then I tighten it down a little bit. Just lean back, their torso stays vertical, and it is like doing a leg extension. So when they come up, it is not a lot of hip flexion and then just driving your hips in. I am trying to put the pressure on my quads and then push my knees back into the pad to use my legs to get back out, okay? It is very scary for most people's first time, okay? It feels like you're gonna fall and die, but I think I probably outweigh all of you by a large margin. So it's not going anywhere, okay? It looks like it's going to, it's not. The next one's even worse, okay? So this flips up just to get taller, and most of the time for hip extensions, you want it to be like at your hip dips, pretty much, maybe a little bit lower. If it's too high, it'll stop your hip from being able to rotate over the pad. So this comes out, goes to a 45. You can do it one lower. That is much scarier for most people, yep. I think this is probably, so that just tightens back down. I should probably show you guys this. This loosens, it pulls, and it'll slide in, and then you tighten it, and it won't come out anymore. So loosen, pull, you'll hear it disengage, they'll snap back into place, okay? So this, again, you are not gonna fall, but you lean, you let your hips extend over the pad, and then just your glutes bring you back out. You're not using your back, okay? But again, no one, you would actively have to try to mess up.
Do you have people with plates?
Yeah. The easiest way with this is either just holding a plate or a dumbbell or putting a barbell in your arms and hanging on to it. But yeah, does anyone want to try it?
See how it works with my hyperextended knees. This never works for me. So. Wait, what?
Yeah, loosen a little bit more,
More?
and then pull towards you.
Oh, you. Oh, okay.
So similarly, if there's a lot of pressure on
I feel like
this,
it's gonna. Okay.
it's not going to disengage. Anytime you have a pin holding something in place, like if this is the pin and it goes in, if you go like that, it won't release. So you have to kind of take the pressure off, and then, are you trying to go down or up?
Yeah, down.
That's it.
It's actually my calves.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll feel it in your calves because your hamstrings cross over to your shin bones and your calf crosses over to your femur. So if you're ever doing hamstrings and you feel a big stretch from like here to here, it's because the muscles cross that boundary.
Can't like legs literally go like that.
That's wild behavior.
So, like,
I can get mine back pretty far.
yours are no, mine are. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
yeah.
Shame, shame.
I feel like my knees.
Yeah. And then it folds back down. You pull the pin. It goes on top so it won't go anywhere. Otherwise, I'll show you what happens when you don't do that. People do this. You hear how loud that was? This is not Rogue, okay? Everyone understand what I'm saying? Thank you. It can only take so many of those. Rogue. Try to break it. Okay, this is a push-up bar and or a pull-up bar. This one's a little bit wild because some of these are twisted a little bit. They're not perfectly square just because the metal's older. You won't have to do this too many times. But this, again, is just a J-hook. It turns 90. It slides into this one. A little bit of finesse. And then this one's got to just barely clear. And it folds down. This is not made for this rack. Does everyone see how much space is right here? This is made for a 4x4 rack. This is a 1x2.5, 1x3. So this is made for a different one. So that's why normally this would be pressed all the way in. It's for the wrong one. Okay, but it works. Nope, not going anywhere. It clears it. The pin goes in. Sometimes you have to be a little aggressive with it, but that's it. Pulls, 90, slides out. Again, they're a little bit warped, so sometimes you gotta give it some love. And just know that this has to go in first. If that's not coming out the other side, you're wrong. I think that's it. We've got, Joseph's favorite clock handles. These are for pull-ups. The only person who uses them are Joseph. We can do them. You just need a lot of chalk. Where are they? You see the handles right above James here? These right here? Everyone wants to play with the grandfather clocks. We've got the neutral handles over here. You can, it's just, it's slippery.
It's only pull.
It's all about the grip. If you can't get the grip, if it slides at all, you just won't do the pull-up.
They also make ones that aren't as thick.
Yeah.
It's a good way to start out.
I'll hold the top of it.
There you go.
Yeah. It hurts.
Hold the top.
Yeah, that's fine. We've got neutral pull-up handles right over here. They are modular. They slide around. You can take them off. This just turns the pull-up or chin-up into a neutral position. Yeah, that's it. And they can slide anywhere. We got a couple more things. The ab straps. Anyone done ab straps? It's everyone done a Roman chair, like crunches in a Roman chair, stuff like that, dips. This is basically just a Roman chair without the Roman chair. So your armpit, you go up to your armpits. You'll grab here, and you are driving down into this, and then you can do your leg raises, your crunches, all that fun stuff. Okay, they're hard. You don't want to do this. You'll see this. You're trying to get people out of this. Okay, so it has to be pressed, and the easiest way to do it is from here. You drive down and then walk off. Because if you're doing this, you're basically just doing like scapular shrugs, which is hard. I don't like this. Maces, they don't come out very often, mostly in Metafit. It's a specialty piece of equipment, like a kettlebell. Has anyone used one of these silly things? It is a very weird load. So all the weight's right here, none of the weight is right here. So it is literally a mace that swings around. So if you're doing things with it and you move it back or do your lunges, it changes how the load is distributed. So it does, just kind of changes the workout. A mace. That is steel mace. That's it. No fancy name. They got really popular with people doing swings. If you guys have ever seen swings like this. But that's it. So, and no one does swings in here because I have to teach them and it takes time and it's just weird. You know, honestly, it feels really good and does not. I use them because my shoulders are destroyed from boxing, and that seemed to help a lot. Because I was like, "Ugh, help. I don't want to do this not warmed up, but I'm going to, so you're welcome.
That looks crazy.
It's nothing crazy. It's just,
I just see the guy like this.
it's nothing crazy. It's just terrible.
James said make it,
Have you guys know what Nordic hamstring curls are? They're like real popular on the internet. Nordic hamstring curls? No one? Oh, wonderful. Okay, so it's basically like doing like imagine how you're doing a curl. This is your whole body. This is your hamstring. And you're just lowering your entire body from your hamstring. If I pop a hamstring, Joseph, this is on you. Okay, hips come back a little bit. You go forward. And now my hamstring is going to take the entire load of this. The whole time, okay? I'll just show you how they're done. They're in the back. You go like this. You lower yourself. And then you curl yourself back up with your hamstrings. I'm not going to make you guys do this. It's rough. Like you think the roller hamstring curl was... This is like that, but opposite. Where like you're kind of lifting your body weight. This is everything from my knee up. That whole load is now on my hamstring. So doing like a hamstring curl with
I know.
like 190 pounds. And just,
Try.
sure, yeah, have fun. I hate these stupid things.
Never see it.
Because it is an almost eccentric only exercise, the soreness from them is disturbing. Oh, God.
All right, just one is good.
Yeah. So your toes dig up towards your face. You'll flex your toes up, and then you are pulling your ankles into the pad above. Put your feet on the pad.
Feet aren't on the back.
Slide forward.
Do people bring this up a lot?
No, I normally just have our athletes doing it so that they can sprint and not pull a hamstring out of their ass.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah.
Hard.
Hips back a little bit. So you push your hips like this, and then you just kind of. It's not going to happen. Yeah. They're terrible. Yes. When I'm warmed up, I can do like 6.
I want to try it.
That's it.
Now I just have to see if I can do it.
Yeah. They're horrifying.
And
You just,
put your foot underneath the.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Chest up, hips back a little bit. They stay back. Yeah, and then you. Yeah.
I feel like you're falling to your feet.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll work those like eccentric only, like 6 seconds all the way down. And then once they're normal, you can do that. Then it's a plate loaded, and then it's down, and then it's full back and forth. And that it's just. But for runners, like someone sprinting, for my soccer kids, they do this because there's so much quick takeoffs and stop, quick takeoff and stop.
So you probably could do that back in the old days.
Yeah. No, you'd figure. How old are you guys? Don't say that. Back in the old days, you guys are like 8 years old.
In high school. Back in high school.
Hip thrust pad. You can do hip thrusts on the benches. They are just not very comfortable. So if you're here, the bar sits here, weights are on this side like you would normally do. Elbows come up, and then hips drive up. So it's just a hip thrust pad that's not terrible on your back. Those feel awful. Okay, and they're right there, right by the back door.